July 27, 1991. A man runs down an alley in broad daylight, bleeding and terrified. He flags down two uniformed officers and points them toward an apartment where something has been hiding in plain sight for years. That single flight and that single phone call changed everything. The victims were young men, often alone, often trusting. Strangers who answered a cigarette offer, a ride, a promise of money. Families left with questions that would not stop. Neighbors remembered the smell, the late-night comings and goings, the man who kept to himself in a rented apartment above a laundromat. The man behind the door was Jeffrey Dahmer, quiet in public, private in ways that would later read like a study in obsession. He was not monstrous in a single, theatrical way. He was methodical. He was lonely. He was a child of suburban fracture, early drinking, deepening isolation, an appetite that turned inward and then outward. He kept photographs and he kept journals. He collected memories the way some people collect trophies. Those things, ordinary in their keeper's eyes, became the architecture of his crimes. What happened is a study in choices. He learned how to find young men who might not be missed right away. He learned how to lower defenses with alcohol, with small kindnesses. He learned how to turn a place of transience into an arresting chamber of permanence. When officers finally entered apartment 213 on North 25th Street, they found evidence of a long, secret life. Polaroids, diaries, objects arranged and catalogued. It was proof of pattern more than the proof of a moment. He talked afterward with a blunt, unnerving clarity. He described what he had done. He described why he thought he had to do it. Investigators were forced to sift through a tangle of missed signals. A frantic young boy returned to the apartment by a responding patrol, and the shaken neighbors who begged for further action. Calls about odor dismissed as the ordinary by officers who did not yet see a serial pattern. Each error became its own kind of evidence of how hard it is to spot the extraordinary when it looks like a neighbor. The turning points were forensic and procedural, photographs that catalogued the crimes. A string of confessions that matched missing persons reports. Interviews with former acquaintances who described a man charming in conversation and suddenly absent the next week. The facts coalesced into a narrative of compulsion. A man who sought permanence, who sought control, who could not accept abandonment, and tried to manufacture a version of love through possession. Early theories ranged from a predator targeting vulnerable communities to a disturbed loner acting out private fantasies. Some investigators first chased the trail of drugs, others the trail of hate. Those leads narrowed as confessions and physical evidence aligned. What remained was a psychological portrait, not of an enigma, but of a mind turned inward until it broke the world around it. He was arrested, tried, and convicted. The courtroom could not make the questions vanish. The city wrestled with its misses, its assumptions, its complacencies. And years later, when his life ended in a prison altercation, the case still did not feel closed. What lingers is not just the list of crimes, but the calculus behind them. The hunger to stop people from leaving, the attempt to make intimacy permanent through control. It is the reminder that the most ordinary faces can hide the most corrosive invisibility, and that sometimes the deepest darkness is calculated, patient, and achingly human.